So today on the channel I got the Superview Hush Puppy 147 grain Subsonics. These are moving at 900 feet per second. We're going to compare these two to 115 grain Supersonics. So we're going to do a mag of these suppressed and unsuppressed compared to a mag of the 115 grain suppressed versus unsuppressed. So let's load up some mags and get to shooting. Up first is 115 unsuppressed. Alright, we got some data there. Had a couple light primer strikes, it seems. But let's put the suppressor on and struggle through it because the Banish K9 does not work really well on this. Alright, we got the Banish K9 suppressor on it. Here's another mag full of 115. Alright, we got through that mag decently well. It never ejects it with the suppressor for 115, so I was kind of worried how long that would take. Let's put in the Subsonics and see what type of noise reduction we get. Here's the data for the Superview Subsonics. These are remanufactured, so I might have some issues here, but got 147 grain, 900 feet per second subs. So let's load up some mags with these and see what type of noise reduction we get. We got this mag loaded up with our Superview Hush Puppy subs. No suppressor first. Let's run it through to see what it sounds like as a baseline. We did have a little bit of issues with that remanufactured ammo. It's a little dirty too, but it's a good test. Let's put on the suppressor and run these subs to see what type of noise reduction we get. Alright, we got the Banish 9K on here. Here's some more subs. Let's try to run this mag. It'll be difficult, I know for a fact. Alright, we made it through that mag relatively decent. Obviously none of those want to eject because there's not enough pressure in there. But let's take a look at the sound data to see what type of noise reduction we got. I looked back at my app data for the decibels. Not very accurate, kind of hard to tell, but audio wise, just listening to it, I would say the Subsonics here were definitely a lot better suppressed, obviously, compared to the Supers, the 115 grains. So, obviously, some interesting results today. Planning on testing a little bit more of this with some longer barrels. So, be looking for those videos in a couple weeks or two. So, just keep blasting, everybody.